I was 14 years old in the 8th grade when I started at French camp, and it was kind of a tough time. I had lived with my mom previously, and I came when I had just gotten out of her house. My mom was on a lot of drugs and she was an alcoholic, so I was left at the house alone. I basically learned how to fend for myself at a young age. I remember coming home and her not being there because she worked a 4 to 4 job. So when I got off the bus from school, she wasn't there, and she wasn't there when I woke up in the morning either. She would leave work and go hang out with her friends and do her thing. I was just by myself. I turned to drugs and alcohol. That was all I knew. She was my influence. She was what I had, and I mean, TV and movies and music isn't really a good influence either. So I kind of fed into it too. It's like, that's my only influence. Maybe that's what I should do too. That's kind of what got me to French camp, is the fact that I had her as an influence and I had her to feed into. When I moved in with my aunt and uncle, a lot of things changed for me, and my cousin came here before I did and told me about French camp. And so then I came the summer before my 8th grade year and really fell in love with everything that French camp was. Finally blossomed, found my niche, I guess. I just fell in love with French camp and everything that there is here. My aunt and uncle were happy with the idea of me wanting to come here because French camp provides a lot of structure and stability, things I'd been without for most of my life. So it wasn't completely my idea. I definitely feel like I had a say in it, but at the same time, I still feel like it was God's plan for me to be here. All of the teachers are great, and they're friendly and we joke around, and we get stuff done, but you have those teachers who are really love their job, and you can definitely tell. A lot of students will look to some of our teachers as mentors, like people to talk to and pray with, and that's one of the great things about our teachers is they are so intentional. They're so encouraging and caring, and they really give in and really feed into your life spiritually, physically. They want to spend time with you. They want to be there for you. And that is something that's very unique about French camp, is the actual genuine caring for the students from the teachers. And that speaks volumes. I love all of my classes. I've loved every single one of them, but math and science is kind of my thing. So I've really fallen in love with numbers and with science, especially chemistry and physical science, math-related, math-based things. I'm actually going to go into the Navy. Within that, I want to be a submariner. I'll be on submarines. So that will most definitely feed into the math and science thing. Mr. Roby is actually my mentor. He's been there with me through just about every single process that I have, helped me get to the place where I need to be in order to actually do that. He was a submariner, he was a yeoman. And so he's one of the reasons why I have fallen in love with the Navy, because he's been there for me. French camp is a prime example of life, because French camp is such a special place. Once you've really learned what it's like to be here and you really feed into that, you want to be here. You take what French camp offers and you run with it. You are not just in a bubble here, but you are giving the opportunity of learning social interactions besides behind a computer screen or a phone screen. You are put here not by your parents, not by your guardians, but by God. And He has done so many amazing things through me and through other people for me in French camp. And I just want to encourage to look at it from a different view, to not look at it as a punishment, to not look at it as being away from your old friends and family, but to create new friendships and have a forever family through Christ. French camp is a loving, huge home full of friends and family that you are never going to forget, ever. And that's why I love French camp.